What is going on, my good people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Say That Podcast. And y'all know my motto, don't say this, say that. I want to thank everybody tuning in my last episode featuring my boy Nico from the North End. That was a super dope episode. That was his first ever interview. If you didn't already check it out, go check it out right now on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify podcasts. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my YouTube because it really helps grow this platform further, and it helps me get my number goals for the year. So go do that. And as always, y'all know where to find me on Instagram, REPETE617. That's my personal. And say_that_pod is the pod page. Please go follow that right now. But today, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm decked out in my home team's gear. It's the Celtics. I'm crazy about that team, as you can tell from my background right here. Come on. And the reason I'm decked out specifically for this episode is because we got a special guest here today. I know I like to talk to a lot of rappers, a lot of musicians, things within the hip hop culture, but I'm always looking to branch out. And this person here today has been a little new to the Celtics scene in terms of being one of those fans you see at the Garden all the time. Because if you've ever been to a Celtics game and looked at the jumbotron, they always show some diehard fans, in their gimmicks, whatever it may be. But today, ladies and gentlemen, on his second ever interview, and he was on Boston's Big Four before this, please give it up for the Caveman on Causeway. What's going on, my man?
Clap for myself, right?
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little side note, your jersey you're wearing.
Right.
I accidentally got the same one on.
The Mathematics neighborhood jerseys. I'm obviously representing the North End. Caveman is representing the North End today as well, but there's a litany of other neighborhoods you can buy. So make sure you hit the Mathematics athletic store and go buy and go rep your neighborhood well. But, Cave, I'm on the road to 100 episodes. This is episode 98, so we're almost there.
You know what's crazy? I was born in 1998. That's that universe shit I tell people about all the time. How much is everything
lining up today?
I tell people about that all the time. The universe really does speak in mysterious ways.
It really does, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? But, so as I said, I wanted to do a Celtics episode again because I haven't done a Celtics episode actually
in a little bit, right?
It's been a really long time. It's actually been, I think it was September 2023. It was episode titled Bleeding Green Octagon with me and my man Mike Sanchez. We're talking about the UFC and Celtics, but today, I'm talking to you because, you're really in it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, to an extent. You definitely have a different lens. Like this, right. I do tell a lot of people that. There's just a different lens to it because you start meeting all the other people that are diehards, right. Like GRD or Bree.
Now, I want you to help me identify some of the diehards because obviously when you go to Celtics game, you see the Chicken Hat Man.
Yep.
You see the
His
dude.
Name's Nate.
Name's Nate,
yep.
Okay.
Nate,
you see the
Chicken
dude with
Headman.
the top hat with the tuxedo.
Yep, that's Mr. Celtics Nation.
That's Mr. Celtics.
That's what he's interested. I just go off of what they
right,
told
of course,
me
sorry,
or I've heard.
I mean, when I came up to you, I said, "What's up, Caveman?" I didn't say your government name.
Look, but
right. No, but still. And there's the dude who dyes his beard and hair green.
Sits in the. I think it's Russell, green hair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what his name is.
And
Russell
also, Mike Scarfo reminded me of this today. There's the older guy who always wears the brown trench coat with the Pierce jersey. He's kind of got a Santa beard. He's always like pumping his fists on the jumbotron. Like I don't know his name. I haven't seen him at games in a while, so I hope he's okay.
I was gonna say because my first guess was Aztec Gino, but if you know who Aztec Gino is, then he's got the medallion, the shield. I
don't think I've seen him around. No.
Yeah, he's been around. And then Ricky D, I think, is another one. He's got the green.
The longer green, yeah.
And hair.
I've seen him around. Yeah.
Bree, you'll see her on the internet more, but she's always on the jumbotron at the Garden with Rico.
Okay.
DJ Rico Suave, so she does a lot of informational content too, but also
well, we need that.
Content,
you know what I mean?
Everybody does their own thing, and that's pretty dope.
And that's what's cool about it. Yeah.
There's no conflicting anything.
No, right. So what kind of made you transform into the Caveman and take that next step as one of those regular diehards that we see at Celtics games?
A simple joke.
Really? What was
Just
the joke?
a simple joke. They're in the hoop bus, the introduction. That was the only thing I could hear, and going back on the video, that's the only thing you could really pay attention to. Was show them how they do it in the cave, Mr. Geico, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna go by Mr. Geico. Yeah. And there was just more.
You need
a
sponsorship for that. Yeah, they need to pay you for that.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was already something created.
Oh, that's
you know what I
true.
mean?
Right.
So like,
yeah.
why am I gonna take a hold of something that I didn't create? Because like, it's just weird. Like, if it's not mine, I didn't create it, then I own 100% of
You don't
nothing.
want it, right,
you know,
yeah.
and so like me and my buddy Tyler, we were at the bar, and like the first video was just going up, going up, going up, and like. So I asked him what we should do about it, and like he goes, "Oh, just change your page up, you know." And so I did, based off of, well, everybody's calling me a caveman, and I knew, I was like, "Oh, it's probably my hairline, it's probably the long hair and the beard."
Yeah.
And instead of being discouraged by it, I was like, "Oh, y'all said caveman, I'll give you a caveman." Immediately took all my Celtics gear, cut it up, and put it. This is not the first one; it was the second one, but I just put it on this giant cloak. And like the spots in it are supposed to be like Flintstone, but like not, because it's like they're only recollect of what type of clothes cavemen wore, if they wore clothes.
Right.
Was that like, you know,
that's a big if.
cloak?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know, right?
I was like, you know what? Yeah, you can guys get caveman, and then I like just thought where it started. I was like, well, it started technically on Causeway Canal, like that corner.
Yeah, I like Caveman on Causeway better than like Caveman on Canal. Like, it just hits the ears better. I feel like.
Even if you say the Causeway Caveman, it's just like,
right, exactly.
To me, I'm like, no, it's not, because you have Causeway Street, the bar, you have Causeway Street, the Instagram, you have Causeway, the restaurant, Causeway this, Causeway that. Everything is Causeway first.
Defend Causeway because
and none of the places have Causeway in it.
Right.
Like no culture of where. Do you know where Causeway's from?
I do not know. Actually.
So it's the caves out in Scotland, Ireland.
No shit, really.
Irish culture. Boom.
Wow. So that. Damn! Look at that.
You know, so
learn something new every day. I love that.
I needed ways to stick out without touching on anybody's corporate idea.
Right.
Like even with my outfits, I ride the line because it's licensing. But like,
no, but still, you know, I look at this as like this is a diehards fan dedication to his team, and it's not something he's trying to like steal.
Like,
you know
how am I supposed to wear all my jerseys at once? I paid for them all.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right?
I'm like, I already. When I leave the house, I'm already like, what do I wear? What do I wear? What do I wear? Right. I mean, dude, it's hard doing it with jerseys.
It really is.
I'm a Boston fan, so I have Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins.
And
all our teams are decently good here and there, so like,
exactly.
I'm not throwing away jerseys
pick?
anytime soon.
And I mean, me myself, I collect like the obscure jerseys too, like that. And I got jerseys for my college basketball
You strike
team.
me as the type to have Aaron Hernandez jersey.
How do you know everything about me?
I just wanted to guess because you
said
because
you said obscure. And you're right, but you're right.
You said the word obscure, so I just immediately went with Aaron Hernandez.
And you're right. And you're legitimately
like, we don't have
right.
anybody else besides DUIs and crazy tickets and you know.
You were right. That's so crazy. But in terms of obscure jerseys for like the Boston teams, I had my first ever Celtics jersey was Wally Zerbiak.
Oh wow!
Number 55, green. It was.
If anyone knows. He also played for the Seattle Supersonics.
Right, exactly. There's a fun tidbit right there. And he got traded for Kevin Garnett, too. Yep. So that's another tidbit right there. And then I have, in terms of an obscure New England jersey, I have Doug Flutie Patriots.
Oh, that's
actually have to get back from my friend because I gave it to him.
Is it throwback or is it?
It's the new one. It's not like the ones they wear right now, but like I would say like
the Brady era jersey.
The Navy Brady era jerseys says Flutie number 2.
I still miss those jerseys.
Oh, they're dope, dude.
Why did Robert Kraft fall in love with Color Rush? Like
I hate the Color Rush, dude. Just I think that's the league, but like it's just like it sucks.
Like it just
right.
I like the all white color jersey we had.
Oh yeah, I mean
because it didn't play with this at the time.
No,
the 2019 alternate Color Rush jerseys they didn't play into the new demographic for what the NFL was pushing for. They just like, screw it, white pants on the regular white Brady jersey.
That's it. And then I mean I think the best Boston jersey
of all teams
is the Red Patriots.
Ooh,
I think so. I mean that the Celtics Italy, and I have KGs because another fun fact about that. I have been looking for that jersey.
I've seen it in person.
They dropped it in 2020.
Yeah.
So, but ever since 2008, I've been looking for it. All of a sudden, I'm sitting on my bed. I get an update from Mitchell and Ness. Boom, we dropped them. I never have bought anything so fast in my life. It's hands down my favorite jersey I own. Because it's just like, they only wore it for the Italy preseason games, too. Yeah. So it's like, it's a good memento, and it's like a historical piece.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Definitely.
And it's like a mix too, because like if you think about it,
I love how they did that.
Irish and Scottish is Celtics culture. Like it's not actually really Celtics culture if you like deep down into
Boston.
It's Boston culture at that point. But like if you go and watch a documentary, like you start to learn like the Irish culture wasn't really ever. It was more of like pioneer culture
Really?
and yeah, like if you watch episode
because
1
I'm
and 2, it's
I had watched like the first couple of minutes of the first episode. I am going to ask you about that, but my HBO Max gets all fucked up. Like, I'll sign in, right? It'll be good for like a week. It signs me out. I'll put in my password. It says all wrong password. I'm like,
someone must have
someone's
jacked your
fucking with my shit.
you know?
Yeah,
Like
and I don't like that. But to go on that, Celtics City, it's out now on Max. Please go watch it because it's fucking awesome for everything I've heard. This man right here is in the first episode. You know what I'm saying?
I was.
Come on now. How was the reaction to that?
Well, so I'm sitting there and like just excited to watch it. In the back of my head, I'm like, all right, there's a chance maybe later end into the season.
Yeah.
Or into the whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
I'll maybe make an appearance only because of based on like the people I was walking around and ran into at the parade during the finals. Like there were certain releases that I had to sign that gave me the okay, I could be in this, but I could not. But instead of being like that, I was like, no, I'm gonna be in it. Like I'm gonna be in it. Like telling my homies, I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna even if I look like a jackass and it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be in it. Like just manifesting it and just like putting it into the air. Like, but then 2 minutes in and I'm like, I see it and like they used my audio too. So if you go back and watch, if you go and watch it, it's me screaming, "Let's go!" and then boom, Jalen and JT just holding the trophies, and I'm like, "Yo, whoa!" I got up a little bit. It was like, "Whoa, okay," because guy with the green hair is there, like a bunch of like the diehards,
the diehards are there, right? Yeah.
Mr. Celtics Station, they're all like it encapsulated that intro to the series, which that's crazy.
Yeah, it's dope.
You don't expect that. You know, you can wish for it, but
like. For example, I'm in a couple of WWE clips.
Still savage.
No, this is a funny story.
Watch out.
It's not even that. So this is why I'm like, John Cena's my GOAT, obviously. But I was in 6th grade, and Raw had just been at the Garden.
Yeah.
And I was sitting like, I think it was 3rd row, honestly. I don't remember that specific row. I just remember where I was sitting. And, I'm a kid. I'm into it. John Cena's coming. I'm doing You Can't See Me, stuff like that, right? So a couple of weeks go by, and I'm hooping in the playground, and this older kid comes up to me and goes, "Hey, you were on WWE last night." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You were in the theme song." I go, "What theme song?" So they had just dropped this, like a sideshow called WWE Superstars.
Yeah, the Wednesday nights, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
where it was just like, it wasn't Raw or SmackDown. They just had
Delta's Way was like the theme
Adelita's
song.
Way, right?
Yeah,
Invincible by Adelita's Way,
yeah.
right? Exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden it goes, "Believe me, you never met her," and you see John Cena do it, and then it cuts to me doing it. I was like, I cried a little because I'm a kid. I don't expect that shit, and that's like stamped in immortality. So it's same with you, 50 years down the line when they pull up Celtics City, we're gonna see episode 1, Caveman on Causeway. Come on now.
If you can see it. If you could put that together in 100 years, that's the goal. That's the goal.
I mean, it's just like any movie.
It's
you know what I mean?
Wow, like it's there forever.
Right, exactly. That's the thing. That's what's being so cool about being in this stuff. Is like it's there forever. It's like
it's stamped.
Even if it's like, because WWE Superstars isn't a show anymore, but I can still find the intro theme song to it. So that's what's up. But a little background to this. So I'm in a group chat. I'm in a sports group chat. I have been for the last 10 years. I used to write for a website. Website shut down, but all of us, I've never met these guys in person, but all these guys come from all different walks of life. And, they're fans of every different team. That's what makes it good. I'm the only Boston fan in there. But we got fans of, like, the Warriors, Rockets. Like, someone's a KD fan.
Baron Davis Warriors or
Warrior. He's been.
Baron Davis.
He's been, he went through it. Saw, like, the evolution of Curry and, all that stuff. That type of Warriors fan. But, they sent the Celtics City in there, and I didn't know it. They told me it dropped, and they were like, "Oh, no one wants to watch this. Like, it sucks. This, that, the other thing." And I'm just thinking, like, I broke their balls a little bit because, they went on the whole tangent of how they hate Boston, they hate how the fans act, they hate the reputation the city has. So it's like, I mean, all right, you know what I mean? But, like, come on. Like, what, they weren't going to drop a documentary about the 18th win? I didn't even think it was going to be this whole series because I do know a lot about the Celtics as in their history. But it's still for, like, the younger Celtics fans who don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I just feel like, and I want to get your take on this, but, like, how other NBA teams react to, like, that stuff. Or, like, fans of other teams. Like, do they not get it, or are they just blinded by hatred?
Well, I know fans are all over the place, but like, I mean, you're really only seeing like the super hate against Boston when it's under a magnifying glass. Because like, I have so many friends, like Lakers fans, like Kansas City Chiefs fans, like they're over there, like they're rocking with like they don't hate Boston. I think it's just the narrative that
I think it is.
like it just like you can't.
They see all the horror stories that come out of Boston with the the racism or just
And
fans just acting like dickheads
that, like I mean, obviously it exists, but like to the level of like what the media says, like it just doesn't apply. Like I don't see it. Like I mean,
No,
like,
that's one thing. It's out there, but like
where
to section Boston off as like this super racist city in America is crazy. Like you can go anywhere down south, and I'm not trying because like all racism is bad. So like personally to me, and me being white, I've never experienced it, so I can't say what that experience is like. But just from the outside looking in, it's like America as a whole is racist. All the places down south
everybody's
have
so different. So it's like it's a lot of people that don't like people being different. You got to be this way. You got to be that way. And it's just like that's what happens when you have millions and millions of people in the same section of mass. And it's like, oh well, this person is like different than me, so F them. It's like, well, like, like he can't control that. Like,
right, exactly.
And I was having that conversation with my mom. I was like, I've heard like the darnest shit out in like walking around, and it's like how do you apply that? Like I don't understand. And that's like a problem I have is like there's so much stuff I don't understand because like
exactly
this caveman stuff has opened up that door. Like where I grew up, it was like we didn't have any like diversity at all. Like at all. And even when I went to high school, like just not introduced to it, not exposed to it. So like now you come out and you're like, holy shit, like y'all really, really care about like if somebody's black or white.
Yeah.
Like and that's just like how I feel. Is like that's never bothered me.
No,
like,
right.
And so
like what kind of person are you as a whole?
Like how are you gonna treat me when I talk to you?
Right.
How are you gonna treat the people that are around you trying to do the same thing as you? So I mean, color conversation I've always think is just like whack because it's like something that you were never gonna be able to control.
Right.
Like for generations. You weren't controlling it.
Right,
so.
exactly. So, but it's just obviously something that like, and I don't think it'll ever change just because like how you said how the media narrative around Boston
what is it
right
pushing?
Now.
You got to find out what's it pushing.
Right, exactly. I mean, we've made steps to like rectify some stuff like changing Yawkey Way, actually honoring like our proud like black Bostonians and such, like Bill Russell's statue.
Yeah, and the bridge.
Mel King's. Yeah. Right, and the bridge too, which I had people in an uproar about that, but I'm like, okay, that to me, literally, that argument makes zero sense because it's looking at the garden, the place he built, it should be named after him.
Well, if you're going to put a bear as a statue outside the garden for a team that's barely won in 15, 16 years, and before that, 30.
I love this guy. Like,
so,
come on.
So it's like, why is there a problem with the Bill Russell Bridge, but your team's wasted money on a bear?
Right, exactly.
What? Because
it's 100 years, but
it's cool and all, but it's like, didn't the Celtics just win 6 months ago, and now you're putting a bear out?
Right.
Where's Larry's statue?
But that's exactly my thing. I don't get why all the. I mean,
or maybe not
two,
Larry, but like there's.
But they're not in the
Chuck
area.
Cooper, where's his? Like, where's like there's. I hope with this documentary and them showing like the pioneers of the Celtics. I'm talking 50s, 60s, like the players that flew home because they were treated different in a restaurant. Like that's a story in the documentary.
Right.
Like
that's what me and Mike Scarfa were just talking about earlier today. Right.
Red Auerbach drove him to the airport.
Right. And his statues.
Where those two player statues? We should like almost have a whole section in Boston of just statues of pioneers and people that trailblazed in society through over 100 years. Like,
and my thing is, it's just like with the Celtics, especially in how you said how they've been way more successful than the Bruins
statistically. And
I get that Bruins ownership owns the Garden and has this whole time, but like
they don't own the reputation,
right?
That's for
you
sure.
just got to look at it from the bigger picture. Like the Celtics are, especially at this point, the way more popular team in Boston, easily. And you mean to tell me that First of all, Larry Bird don't even have a statue anywhere in the city, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But you mean to tell me that, like, you know, you put Bills in City Hall.
Robert Parrish?
Right.
Where's
Kevin
his?
McHale? You know what I mean? Like, where are these guys? We should legitimately have a whole row, like, right near the Garden.
Yankee Stadium, with all their rings and all their players of greatness.
Right.
Almost every single one of them has something.
Right.
Like
when you retire, when you get your number retired as a Yankee, you get that statue.
Yeah, you get that. You're in the, what is it they call it? The Row of Honor?
Yeah, it's like
Garden
the
of
Row,
Honor
something
or
like that. Like that.
But still, like, it's like, I hope with the Celtics sale is that, you know, that there's going to be a new stadium, regardless.
You think so? The Celtics got their own stadium?
Someone buying this, whoever has enough money
I kind
to
of feel
buy,
heartbroken.
whoever, I hear it out. It's business, not Christmas.
That's true. Okay.
So
say that. That's a say that moment right there.
That's from my dad. That's from my
right.
dad, Bob. And he's a wicked cool dude. But he said that one time, and I was like, I'm using that everywhere. You know,
I like that a lot.
So
I may have to adopt that.
You know, and it works.
Right.
Like, if you have enough money to buy the Celtics for like $4 or $5 billion, or let's say $2 million, even $2 billion, any billion.
I mean, it's in the.
You
billion,
have
right?
enough billions to be okay. So like, they're gonna see it and be like, well, why am I paying rent to you?
Damn.
Why am I paying rent to you?
Like that, right?
Like, if if it's like someone that's in house already with like Wick Roseback or something, then like I can see like them staying at the Garden,
which I hope it is
longer,
because I know the horror stories of like new ownership coming in with any pro team, and immediately the culture just goes to shit.
Well, you got to see like how much money they're playing with. If they're not playing with a lot of money, then you know they're gonna sell the whole team and try to make profit, and that's all it's gonna be there for. But like, if like I was reading, they said the 4 identities were introduced today. So like
shit, really?
One of them was like Fieldkin or something group, which was more of an overseas company. You had Steve, who's on Wick's team, or his people. He's you know, and then like 2 others.
I hope it's not Fenway Sports Group.
What?
I hope it's not Fenway Sports.
No, there's a Philly sports group in it though.
Okay.
Which makes me it makes me weary because those teams suck,
right,
and they overpay for one player at a time only, like Bryce Harper or Joel Embiid. Like, it's not smart. But I mean, I feel like international money would mean more to the NBA at this point.
Yeah.
So
and as a whole and as a league.
Like, if you start getting Dubai money, we ain't gonna have to worry about Tatum's contract. You're not worrying about Derek White and I'll be honest, the wasteful Jrue Holiday contract.
Yeah.
I think we shouldn't have like paid that much, but
I mean,
you know,
Drew,
like,
though. That's
it's Drew, but like,
I'm gonna be honest. I know we traded for Porzingis and that was hype. When we got Drew, I was set in stone. Like, oh, we're
everybody, dude, the whole city was, man. The whole city was
like, and we're getting
nobody was saying. I don't know who was saying it after KP, but I know when Drew got here, everyone's like, "Oh, Celtics."
No, me with KP
title.
was like, all right, he's coming off a career year. Now he's on this team, and we have been linked to him for a while. I remember the trade rumors. He was supposed to come here on the Knicks when he was on the Knicks. And now, but Drew was like, all right, that's set in stone. Because I seen how in that Bucks series, 2022, because we played. Who did we play in the Eastern Conference Finals that year? That was the Heat, right?
Well, yeah. So 2022 when we went 7 games.
Yeah,
that was
the Heat.
No,
not the year.
Not the heartbreaking year where we
were down 3-0. The year before that. Mm-hmm. I think that was the Heat, but in the semifinals we were playing the Bucks.
Yeah,
and Tatum went off that series, but there was an end of game sequence where Marcus is bringing up the ball and Drew steals it right out of his hands.
Oh yeah, and then he did it for us 2 years later.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
against
I was like,
Indiana.
When we got Drew, I was like, that's it. Like, he's a great offensive player. Defensively, he's one of the best guards ever.
Yeah, but had we lost another big guy, you would have had to get rid of him. If you had lost Cornette, like this year, Drew, when we had that slump.
Yeah.
If you had lost another big guy, you would have had to make the difficult trade. Yeah. I feel like it because like there's a group chat I know of, and like these people are just, myself included, losing our brains from some of those crazy trap game losses that we had, and it's like
I hate it.
Like that, I think it was a Detroit loss or something like that.
A couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and it's like out. People are like, oh no, and then we ripped off like that winning streak in January and into February and
well, that's the thing. Like, everyone is so quick to say the Celtics are struggling after like 1 or 2 losses.
Well, it depends on how the loss is,
right?
You know?
Right, but I get it's so easy to be negative. But like, I've seen this team through thick and thin. I've been there
I
for
saw
the
him with
worst.
Mr. Kardashian. Come on.
Right, exactly.
You know?
It's like, and actually, I seen him walking out of a Cheesecake Factory one time. I was like, oh shit, that's Humphreys. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
But, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just any time the Celtics are a slump, the media coverage is like, do they have it? You know, are they really going to go back-to-back? And now
Yeah.
we're what? At the time of the scoring, it's a 5-game winning streak, playing the Thunder tonight. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it just... Media coverage,
of that.
national and I'll say national media coverage here. It's just, at least for us on the topic of the Celtics, it just sucks because it just pushes all these kind of like really, really bullshit narratives that just don't exist.
It all
and they try to
feeds
make
into
happen.
each other. It feeds the journalism, though.
And also, fuck Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah,
Come on.
man.
That, like-
That's crazy. He picked the Lakers to beat the Celtics that night, and nobody talked about it. Like
That's why you weren't on the floats last year, bro. Because you're just like,
he's not going to be allowed back.
no, you completely
not-
soured the
well, I
only
hope no.
chance that you had with this team, and you just, he fucked it all up, and it's just so embarrassing. Like, he's not embarrassed because he's getting paid all the big bucks to say whatever the fuck he wants, but like, it's just, to me, that's like embarrassing as a former Celtics player. Like
If we really want to talk about Kendrick Perkins, where was he in the 2010 finals?
exactly.
Oh, out of condition and
Right.
and injured. Right.
In which-
You failed us, but we're
Exactly.
the bad guy because why? You got your ring.
Yeah.
You were at fault for us losing in 2010. Like, you could have been more healthier, but you what?
weren't, right.
What? You didn't take care of your body. You didn't take care of yourself. You didn't buy into what the team was trying to do. Therefore,
Exactly.
you didn't care about us.
Exactly.
So now you want to 10, 15 years later, bitch, like you were something on the Thunder. You were nothing.
No, and
You,
that's-
you
but
got
that's-
traded for a 4th round pick, I think.
Right,
Even worse.
or like a second rounder or something.
No, I think it was a really bad pick. I think it was some trash pick.
Well, because there's no 4 rounds.
Oh, yeah,
maybe,
so,
that's why, yeah. It's,
like-
yeah, like a late second round
Like,
pick
you
or
were
something
traded
like
for
that.
garbage.
Right, exactly.
I
Because
don't
you
know,
are
like,
garbage.
we got Jeff Green out of it. And that was not garbage, but like
No, right.
when it first happened, everybody was like,
They were up in arms,
Yeah,
It was
like-
that was the Nanak Kristich and Jeff Green trade.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was up to Jeff Green to make what he was here.
And he did, but we're going to get to that later because that's one of my favorite Celtics players of all time. But, so, as you mentioned, all the fans that you link up with games, you're very community-based. You're now in deep with that community of Celtics fans, whether it's, these mathematics watch parties, the GRD watch parties. So, in terms of that, how important is community for you?
I think it's the number one thing. I think if you're able to impact a bunch of people, then it comes like hand in hand. Like, if you're a community person, you're impacting. And if you're impacting, you're bringing more people together. Like the GRD watch parties, totally different than the mathematic watch parties. Both of them have different goals in mind. But you mix them together, and then like these people meet these people meet these people, and then you're almost evolving the fandom in the city in a way. Not just me, we're all doing it.
No, of course.
But like, I've always had this like weird thing about like, why can't we include that person? Yeah, they might blow it and like they might be too extra, but like it's
They're
a
here
fan
too, you know
base.
what I mean?
It's a
Right.
fan base. It's a whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's anything, just connect with people. And I was just going out on a limb trying to watch a Celtics game too. So like, then I meet all these people that love the Celtics too. So it's like, you're in a room with people that agree with one thing, and you don't know if they agree on anything else with you, but it doesn't matter because that one thing is so powerful, and it like
Very
makes
well
a
said.
difference and brings people together. So it's like, I think that's why I like it the most. But I know that community is the number one thing because, I mean, I don't know another way to be. Like, I've always tried to get people onto something and get them to believe in. Like, I had a car group when I was a teenager, just tried to get everybody with their cars to be in a car group, whether it was a nice car or it was a, shitbox car. You were still passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
Join the group. I don't care. Like, if someone's like giving you shit, well, take care of it. But
Right, exactly.
so I think it's fun.
That's that was when
Community's
I
fun.
actually first met you in person because that was the Spurs game when Wemby was playing before he
Oh,
went
yeah.
down.
I don't know how I felt good to go to that game. The whole month of February, I was like
were
sick
you're sick as
with like
fuck, yeah.
pneumonia or something. It was crazy.
Oh, I didn't get it, so you
No,
good.
no,
you're good,
no.
right?
It was like that Spurs game was like, I think there was like 3 days left to have like any type of symptom. I went to the hospital the next day and they're like, yeah, you don't have anything. And I'm like, oh, well, I just died for 22 days. You
Yeah.
know, like,
So it's like, word, shout out my body,
Yeah.
taking care of that. But what was dope was, obviously, we had our side chat, but then, you went up, you took this whole big group pic, and I remember walking back to the city, like, damn, that's dead cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's something that, like, done in like the right way. Like it can't be like force like yourself into it, but like that's a cool community because like
Yeah.
you know when you go to a game, you're like, all right, let's just say you went by yourself. You
Yep.
know, you're right, but it's like, oh, this person's here and that person's here, so I'm gonna go say hi. You know, I'm gonna link with them. So yeah, that to me was a very cool
That's
moment
what
to
makes
see
it-
you in that element. Like
That's where the community means the most too. Because I've been to like a couple Celtics games. Won't lie, like maybe 2 or 3.
this year.
No, before,
Oh, before.
before like pre-caveman stuff. So
Okay.
like I didn't know who to meet up with. I didn't know that there was regulars. I had no idea what was going on.
Well, and also where you live too.
Right,
So,
like where I live is 2 hours and like 30 minutes away. So I'm not always just into Boston, you know.
yeah. Right.
And then boom, it happens, and now I know all like these people. I never saw those people all those times I went to Boston on the game prior.
Yeah.
So it was like now that it unlocked this thing, it's like whoa, like this is fun. Like
Totally. Yeah.
and I have like so many friends that I met out of it.
And
Like,
it's a testament to you how you're willing to make that drive for that. And
Yeah.
I think that also speaks to how important that community is to you.
yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, I'm really just see it as a bunch of people I'm friends with. Like that's really just how I categorize it because it's like you're just friends are people that offer you different perspective, right? And like so when you meet all these different people, they'll be able to offer you different things on like perspective or oh, you should see it this way and that way, and then everybody grows. But also, why like I notice a lot of people now they focus on things that they disagree on, not what they agree on. So if they can't even do that, at least let's focus on the one thing we do agree on, and that's Celtics. Who doesn't love the Celtics?
It's so simple like that. Absolutely. But so obviously this isn't your first podcast interview. You know, shout out my guys, Boston Big Four.
Shout out my guys over at the Oxford Ink Tattoo, the Ox Talk down. That's
They
a
give you that
podcast.
too?
I've been
Okay.
on the podcast with them a few times
That's
too.
what's up. Shout out to that. But just my personal introduction
Right.
to actually you was that.
Yeah.
Shout out Jack and Owen, great dudes. I've been on the show. Caveman's been on the show. Mike Scarfield's been on the show. So go watch all 3 episodes if you need something to do. But, you know, you do know about like New England music and New England hip hop because obviously that's what kind of like I'm here for as well, is
Right.
to highlight those artists. So, what was your introduction to like New England music? Because obviously mine came at a lot later stage. Like I didn't get hip to actually knowing we had artists like that till like late 2016 or
Like what? Like real bars, like real spit.
yeah,
like,
just you know in general, like you know maybe you saw Millie's a couple times. You're like, oh yeah, he's from Boston.
I
or
think
Stiz or something like that.
I think one of the first. So I was always like an Aftermath kid. Like that's all I was really exposed to was Aftermath, and
Yeah.
then when it trickled down enough, I found Token and Snook's Boom Bap Baby. So
Spoon that baby. I don't think I'm hip.
well, Superstar Snook.
Oh, Superstar Snook. Okay,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
abbreviated it, but like
Right, exactly.
that Boom Bap Baby, that was like the first like, oh shit, like the Haverhill. Wait, that's a thing. So like I slowly started creeping into it, and then like just still went other ways with music, and then here and there, then I join her pop up. I was like, oh shit, like he's from Massachusetts. Oh, he's from Worcester. I was born in Leominster. Like that's cool. And then Justin Clancy, I think, was like the third or
course, shout
fourth
out my guy,
artist
Justin
that
Clancy.
I
I love
knew
that
of.
guy, yeah.
And like I had friends trying to put me on Millie's back then, but like
You already.
I just wasn't like it wasn't the head zone. So
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, like that's cool. I'll listen to it. Now, like 5 years later, like I was like, yo, this is sick. Like,
Right.
but I think I've always listened to. I got stuck listening to like corporate, so it was like Eminem, 50 Cent, The Game,
Of course,
and like
I did that too.
Dre,
Yeah.
Snoop, and then when it trickled down, then I found the independent rap like league. I call it the circuit, the league, like.
Right. No, I think the circus.
Hobson,
yeah,
like
right.
Sag My Pants was like I found that in 8th grade and was like, this is the best thing ever, you know? And,
of course.
Or Nocturnal Rainbows. So it's always bounced around.
Of course. So, what do you kind of like think of the Boston music, or I should say, I can't section it just to Boston, but just New England as a whole, you know, because we're really on the up and up. I gotta say,
I think so too. I mean, I've been all over, so like I get to hear so many different sounds in their independent like worlds. I love melody, but not like what would you call it? Mumble, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
no,
like
yeah, the mumble
Boston's different. You know, it's not true. I wouldn't. Someone could say it is. I wouldn't say it's drill. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's just this. Like there's just I think it's a whole different sound. You almost have like lyricism mixed with whatever. It's always the bass is lyricism. So I think
no, we got some hitters. out
I
there
think
like that.
more than ever, you know. There's some people I want to hear now again, like "Where'd You Go," you know, like Token, "Where'd You Go." He had that one great album in, what was it, 2019, Between Somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I was that, because that's the thing about me with Boston music. You know,
Or are you talking straight inner city, right?
Anybody really. Just, you know, people
Terminology,
right? Of course,
right?
I had term
Easy
on
Money.
I had term on this platform not too long ago, about like 3 weeks ago, something like that. But just like, if you're from Boston, you know, I'm gonna root for you.
Yep.
If your music's not for me, then will I listen to it? No. But
will I share it and promote it because you're from Boston?
Right, exactly.
Probably.
You know,
like,
do your thing, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, don't. I'm not the be all end all by any means.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big world out there. You know, and that's why I tell a lot of artists all the time, like, if you're not popping off here, first of all, don't really expect to. You know,
right.
It's what? The world's got like 7 billion people in it.
Go to a different city.
Somebody's gonna like your shit. You know what I mean?
Go to somewhere else. You know, go where. This is another like a phrase. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
I like that. Look at this man.
But I stole that one. I stole that one. That was from my buddy Rob.
No, it's all right. Say that.
He's a manager and consultant in the city, so he's pretty dope. And he told me that, and ever since I'm like, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Like you know, and like my early networking days, music days, like that was strictly me going where I was celebrated, not tolerated. And now this is where I'm celebrated, not tolerated.
Right.
So
it's all coming full circle for you like that. You know what I mean? I love that. That was very good insight. You know what I mean? I appreciate, you know, your words on that. But now we got to get into the nitty gritty about the Celtics because, you know what I'm saying? It's March right now. Playoffs are around the corner.
Man's right on the dot. It's 7:30 game time.
Right, exactly. So game's starting right now.
As he's talking,
I think this man's about to put it on real quick.
I might be partially distracted.
That's all right, just to see what's going on. Because, hey, it's a big game.
It doesn't corporate look good, but, you know.
Right. No, at the time of this recording, hey, it's Celtics versus Thunder. You know, we can't really miss that. So, first of all, we're going back-to-back, right?
I don't make predictions like that.
You don't?
That's one rule about me. I don't make predictions like that. I'm very superstitious, dude. I'll wear socks a certain way if that means my team's gonna win. Like, I'll give this like a little light. I won't watch the second half of games if we're losing by more than 14.
Okay.
Only because it sucks to miss the comeback.
Right.
But nothing feels better than we won. All right, we're good. Right. Like no narratives are gonna come out, or
which makes me kind of, because I watched that whole Cavs game and I just watched them blow, and I was like banging my head against
watched it. I watched it. Like,
come on, man.
But I saw them blow out. I saw them lose the lead all the way down to like 3 or 4 in Cleveland too. So like I saw it, and I'm like, oh, okay, the Cavs are just gonna take this one. Like we took the last one at theirs. It's just like it all lined up. Like.
I don't know. You know, my thing with the Cavs is maybe calling them the 2015 Hawks really isn't fair. I'm just confident that we're going to beat them when it matters, you know, in the playoffs.
I have the confidence of that too, only because the head coach's experience of playoffs is a different animal.
Right, of course.
Now you're expecting all of these Cavs players who have a terrible injury history, you're expecting them to be healthy after a potential 70 high 60s
it's definitely gonna be high. So they're on like a 15-game win streak.
Right,
That's
like
crazy. That's like their second of the season.
Right, like you're now expecting that team to stay healthy until they meet Boston. And the way it's seeding, they're not meeting Boston until the ECF.
Finals, right.
And we barely needed KP through last year's playoffs.
Right. And that's the dangerous thing about it.
Against Cleveland.
Right. And the crazy thing is, like, we didn't have Drew in the blowout game, so Hauser was checking Donovan Mitchell. Like, obviously he's going to go off against Sam Hauser. Like, if he does it, then he's not really a superstar, that type of shit. You know what I mean? So, while we can make excuses, all that, it's like, you know, us at full strength, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, you know, playoffs are a different animal. JT is one of the best performers in the playoffs I've ever seen in Celtics history like that. You know what I mean?
That's a big.
I think personally that
playoff history. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Horford too, though.
Exactly. That's
Horford's heating up at the right time.
You saw it against in the Lakers game.
Yeah.
Dude's playing lockdown defense to LeBron.
I know.
Come on, man.
He took it right to him too, which was dope.
And you know what's crazy about potentially meeting the Lakers in the finals? Because, I mean, that's what the league wants.
The real fans are going to get priced out, but...
Obviously, as if we already are right now, which is a whole nother argument.
My only argument is all the corporate people and all, like, the well-off people that are doing so many things, you know, like... the ones that are able to buy the $40,000 tickets.
Which literally was $40,000.
You see them on the side of the court and they're wearing a tuxedo. Like, wear your Celtics gear.
Exactly.
Why aren't you wearing green?
Exactly.
Why is my TV showing not all green around it?
Like men in suits. I don't want to see that. I want to see the diehards.
One thing that I like other teams and stadiums that they do, like when the Heat are in the playoffs, they do white hot.
Right. And
everything is white in that, like the T-shirts,
that whole LeBron era,
LeBron era white Heat, like so hot it's white. Like it's, why don't we have like that? Like maybe it's because the seats throw off, but like everyone should be required
to wear green
unless you're wearing some other team. Like
right, exactly.
Like
but yeah, just going back to us potentially versus the Lakers, like I mean, we got Luka's number. We really do. Like, I've never seen that with us playing another superstar. I mean, we've had people's numbers in the past, but like with him, it's like we just know how to play him.
Hot take: Luka Doncic is probably equivalent to Joel Embiid as a threat to us.
Wow, say that. You heard that right there.
If you put side by side, like.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's identical numbers.
Granted, it's only been one playoff, series we played.
One playoff series, but every time we face them, like I think one time Luka beat us because of a bank shot 3-pointer.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was nuts.
Top right of your screen when we were watching it live. Like it's, other than that, when has he really done anything?
Nothing. I mean, he's a traffic cone on defense, and you can't do that if you're really playing our starting five, because Tatum was getting by him all game. Jalen had him in Cookiesville.
Yeah,
he had like 3 different steals again. Like, you know what I mean, right?
Like, pluck, bloop, bloop.
That's
bloop.
it.
Like
it was nothing, which was crazy. But it's like, yeah, I'm not really nervous about potentially playing the Lakers in the finals. I think we got it.
This is what I'll ask: Cornet or Kata?
Cornet or Kata?
Cornet. Or Kata?
Here's my thing with Cornet, right? Obviously, he's one of those goofy big guys, but like when he's reliable, he's reliable.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of Kata. I think Kata last year in that role, even however reduced it was very good. Knock on wood that Cornet gets injured. I'm not
that's
wishing.
Real wood, dude.
Yeah, no, it is. This is all real
kidding,
wood.
I'm
No,
kidding.
Listen, I got a lot of real wood around us. Pause. You know what I mean?
Oh, no Diddy.
Come on, right? No Diddy, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it just works with Cornet right now, and hopefully, if it comes to it, will it work with Kata? I think so.
I would love them to develop his 3-pointer again.
Yeah, I think that just. Oh, we got a downfall. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
The game's not live.
Yeah. But yeah, we make do with what we make do. I want to see more Torrey Craig. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think we'll see more of him.
It's same way Tillman was in the playoffs last year.
Tillman, I'm not to be disrespectful, but Tillman looks like he just ate a bunch of food from parties after winning the title.
Right.
And, didn't lose it.
Yeah, it was like, he's probably off the team next year.
He seems like a good dude and like a good morale guy, but like you're a roster spot.
Right, exactly. That could be going to somebody like
I would have kept Springer
or something like that.
I would have kept Springer over him.
I think so too. Yeah.
Or who else did we let go? Lonnie Walker, dude.
Don't get me started on that.
I know, I don't want to get started because I'm sick of hearing about it.
And we lost him for such a stupid reason too.
Well, then he went to the Phillies graveyard, so hopefully he stays healthy. And
yeah, I mean, he's playing in Puerto Rico right now.
No, he's back.
He's back? Okay,
yeah,
where is he?
Yeah, he's with the Philadelphia 76ers.
He's with the Sixers? Okay, like Yabu, come on, man.
I know, I wanted Celtics to pick him up.
But that's what I love, like, Yabu's on the enemy team, so to speak, now, but at least he's playing. Like, you know what I mean? He's actually getting burned, which is dope.
Like, yeah, he had that good Olympics, but that's a different format, I believe, isn't it?
No, it's a way different format. Like,
yeah.
Like, I think even the goaltending rules are different there or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah, that's right. You can touch it when it's in the
on the rim. Like if it's like hanging on the rim, you can grab the rebound for it. So yeah, it's just different styles of basketball. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see what this play. I mean, I think we're going to the finals at set in stone. I have a futures bet on the Celtics to win. I placed in the offseason.
Well, so did Portnoy, so I'm feeling good about it.
Right,
Once Portnoy bets on like he's had really good luck with betting on titles lately. Like last year he got both. The year before, I think he got three of them.
He got
the females title, the
WNBA, he got the WNBA,
I think, and he got the Celtics.
Okay.
Or he did NHL he did NHL. He did some crazy bet and he kept hitting it. And usually when he bets on a Boston team to win the title,
they win the title.
they've won the title.
Right.
Like, I'll jump off the Zakem if I fucking jinxed
exactly.
it, dude. Like,
yeah. I won't put this. I'll take this episode down at the time.
Yeah, right. Just
type shit
clip,
like that.
like,
Right. You know what I'm
under
saying?
review.
We'll cut that. Yeah. We'll re-edit it.
Yeah.
To be like, no, we never said that. Oh, that's dead funny. But actually, I actually have another futures bet. It's Cade Cunningham to win Most Improved Player, and that's like the only thing I'm gonna hit on for my futures. Because I had Ben Mathurin 6-man. Pritchard is winning that. I think that's set in stone right now. I had Tatum MVP. Wish it would happen. It was good odds. It was plus 1,300.
NBA politics don't want
right,
that.
That's why I forgot. There's NBA politics.
Yep.
There's media politics and bias and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but I want to interrupt you real quick with the Tatum thing and the whole Tatum MVP debate. And I saw this. I think Jeff Teague was talking about it on his
Who's
podcast.
the best NBA podcaster?
Right.
For my money, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like KG's just too funny. He's just.
Oh, you know.
Come on, dog.
No,
like
right.
it's like
I mean,
I'll marry man.
yeah,
but I like how they were like, well, who was hated as much as Tatum?
Nobody.
One person, and he's the face of the league still.
Oh, okay.
LeBron James.
You're right.
He was hated just as much with less accolades. Now Tatum's being hated on with more accolades at same
At his
age.
right.
Like, so wouldn't that make Tatum the face of the league?
Yeah, they were saying that on Gilbert Arenas podcast too. I think. I'm pretty sure they were having that argument. Gilbert Arenas
wouldn't
was
that
right,
make Tatum the face of the league if he's now the next being shit on, like LeBron was, Kobe was, the Spurs, like.
Yeah, if you're talked about that much, you're in the conversation for face of the league.
Yep.
I don't care how negative it is.
Yep.
They're using that time on their airways to talk about him, and they're getting all this content off
Most
about
successful Jordan player right now is Tatum.
Right, which by the way, Shia Kicks was
Yeah,
on fire.
yeah,
Yo, and I got, and this, we're gonna get into this too, but Tatum's got some amazing colorways for his kicks.
Yeah, you see Paulo's the other night. Paulo on the Magic.
No, he had
his own PE. Tatum's.
Oh, he had the PEs. Okay.
And he had his own, and like it was, they're so nice.
Tatum just gifted Horford some Florida Gators
PEs,
colors, which are fire. And there was.
I need to get my hands on a PE. I will never wear them, but
no, but I would love a PE.
Right, I almost brought my JBs in the 741s.
But that's enough. That's what I'm saying. We got some. They both got some dope ass sneakers. I think for my money, in terms of players right now, they got the best sneakers.
I think
in
we
the
have
game.
the smartest duo by IQ in the last 15 years.
Hands down. Because
businessmen, Hollywood.
JB said fuck Nike, and he made his own shoe, and it's fucking awesome.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Pritchard does really well with them on, but he won't wear them the last couple games. So
yo, Pritchard, you gotta be wearing
might tweet at him and be like, "Get those 741s back
on,
on,
you know what
dude.
I mean?
Come on, P Rabbit. What are you doing?"
But I think that's also how Jalen is that inspiration, where he can say, "Fuck this big corporation. I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna do it successfully."
Right.
You know, because I mean, I saw his kicks at first. You know, I'm like, okay. I seen him like being played. I'm like, okay, those are hoop kicks. You know what I mean? Because a lot of like, you know, and I did this too with the LeBrons. You know, I just wore them to wear them. I didn't wear them to play basketball,
dude, those shoes were so nice growing
the
up.
9s,
the Soldiers, the
9 through 11. So 9, 10, 11, even the 12s were like fire.
I liked the 16, 17, 18.
I just got out of sneakers, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of like
years
collecting,
ago. They had a really
I'm strictly
nice...
like Jordan 4s and 5s now, pretty much.
I can't do Jordans. I try.
I can't.
try.
No, not to hoop.
Yeah, no. In general,
wear,
even to wear, like, I'm so out there and so different that, like, the last thing I want to do, besides probably JT shoes, is walk out somewhere and seeing that someone's got 3, 4 same article of clothing of me on.
Oh, I hate that.
That drives me crazy.
I hate that
because it's like, well, am I just following
except the mathematics stuff?
Right.
You know
well,
what
yeah.
I mean?
No.
Right,
See, that's why I wear the mathematics stuff, because like when I go home or I go travel, like, yeah, you're wearing a Celtics jersey, but not yet are you wearing a mathematics jersey. You might be like, yo, I love that. What is? Oh, that says North End. Where'd you get that? Oh, get it here. Yeah. But like, I'm not gonna. I love wearing different.
I do too.
Shit,
I mean,
like,
I buy a lot of like hype streetwear stuff, so like Babe Supreme, and like actually yesterday I wasn't wearing it, but I seen someone with the same zip up Panther jeweled thing, you know, hoodie that I have, and I'm like, damn, I thought I was the only one in
right,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, obviously that's a long shot.
It's a long shot,
but like you just in that head, you're like, I never see one on the streets. I was gonna start wearing
Yeezy clothes, and then he went on a crazy rant. I'm like, hello, there goes the Yeezy pods I was gonna get. Like, dang.
Fuck no. Yeah, especially the latest drop of Yeezy clothes.
Yeah,
you don't want to be wearing that shit anywhere.
Maybe if it's pre World Wars, but
right, exactly. But yeah, fuck that shit. Oh, all right. So we're gonna get into some Celtics stuff. So, but first, I want to bring back a segment that I have not said in a very, very long time. And this is for my real Say That listeners out there. And I actually did this on the last Celtics episode I did way back when. Yeah, you can put it right there. That's cool. It's called Gas, Bass, or Mass and Cass. So
Gas, Bass, or Mass and Cass?
Right. So the way it goes is like this. Gas is something you really, really fuck with. You're like, yes.
Yeah, that's gas.
All the time. Bass, like Brandon Bass, he's a pretty decent player. You know
Are
what
you
I
gonna
mean?
crap on Brandon Bass?
I'm not trying to crap on
all right,
Brandon Bass,
all
but
right.
he did his job. You know what I'm saying? He does his job with Surfsel. I wouldn't say it's mid, but it's like middle of the road type shit. That's Bass.
Yeah.
And Mass and Cass is obviously, clean it up, get rid of it.
All right, so like start bench trade.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Well, in a way, but they're going to be of individual Celtics players. They're going to be random Celtics players, though.
Right.
Because if there's one thing that Boston Celtics fans are known for, they can name every single rando that has ever graced the team. So we're going to start it off with Courtney Lee.
Oh, man. Just random, like...
Just gas, bass, yeah, whatever you're thinking. Is he a gas player? Was he a bass player? Or do you think he's kind of Mass and Cass?
Mass and Cass.
Really? I would go Bass.
Well, if it's pre-Celtics Courtney Lee, then I'll say Gas. But if it's...
this is Celtics version.
Celtics version? Yeah, no, Mass and
Cass. Okay,
yeah.
All right. Listen, I say he's Bass, you say he's Mass and Cass. That's why it makes this segment great. But this next one, it was coined by Tommy Heinsohn, the White Bill Russell, Greg Steensma.
Oh, man, number 55, right?
54.
54, okay. Right. I think at the time, I think
he was gas.
Yeah, I think
because it was like a
gas.
cornet roll, except he was getting blocks. Like
he was getting blocks and he was vicious dunks.
Right,
and like,
exactly.
He reminded you of like a guy that just was played really like Kata is now, like really like
really hard, like wants to earn
wants to
minutes.
beat you up almost.
Right,
yeah, I would say Bass.
Okay, I'm going Gas because that's my guy. That's like I say when everyone says name a random Celtics player all time, he's my first go-to.
What about Luke Herignotti?
Wow, that's a fucking name.
Bang!
That's a fucking name.
Nobody brings him up.
No,
he was number 55. Steamson was number 54.
Yeah, remember Colton Iverson?
Yep.
See, that's the thing. See, we could be here all night.
Nobody brings these names.
No,
up.
Right? Fuck, I'll do it all. Cause
they'll bring up the guy that was traded for Ray Allen, which was Sebastian Telfair.
Right? Which he was actually pretty good.
He was pretty good, but it's like that's the young fans' crutch.
That's
the guy that was traded.
I'm talking about like post KG and Pierce, like
post Nets trade.
Until we got IT.
We hate Danny Ainge for that type people.
Right, and even when we got IT. So from like that to like even when we got IT, the list of random Celtics.
Gerald Wallace,
Phil Pressey, Keith Bogans. Come on.
We had one
as we said Humphreys earlier. Yeah,
Humphreys. There's so many of them that just in and out.
Remember
at the time.
Brandon Wright, literally in and out of here. It was like one game, and then we traded him.
Yep.
Tayshaun Prince was in there too. Jared Bayless.
Jared. Yeah. Yep. I had one on my head, and it zoomed away from me. It was Brad. Wanamaker. Brad Wanamaker. Yep.
I mean, that was the Tatum years, but
that was a rando on the Tatum years.
Right, exactly.
Same with not Yabusele, but the other one, Semi Ojeleye.
Ojeleye, yep. And Jordan Hickey.
Yeah, like
that was another number 55.
Delonte West on the Celtics.
Oh, of course. Rest in peace, Fab Melo. You know what I mean? That type of shit.
Yeah.
But this next,
that's an old name. Not a lot of people know about. Oh man,
loved Fab Melo. Was devastated when I heard that news.
And his Cantor.
Fuck him.
Well,
Fuck him.
I was being funny because he changed his name, so I was like,
yeah, that's right. And his Cantor, and his freedom. Yeah,
two different people met a world peace. Ron Artest.
Right, exactly.
Two different people.
Fuck him still. But to go back to Gas, Bass, and Cass, Leandro Barbosa.
Oh, I mean, Celtics version.
I think he was good.
Yeah, Gas.
He was Gas.
Yeah.
He was definitely Gas.
He was.
I remember I was watching a Sunday afternoon game against the Heat. Bro went off.
Mm-hmm.
Even had a clutch couple points. And I remember he was the type of dude that would look up his name on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I just tweeted in all caps, Leandro Barbosa. And then he tweeted like, yeah. And then like, you didn't follow me, did nothing. It was like, yeah.
I love how they see it or respond to it, but they won't hit the follow or like. But
no,
it's
of course.
So
this is another funny story. My first ever famous follow on Twitter, Al Farouk Aminu.
Okay.
You remember them?
Yeah. So I had a caseworker when I was a kid. She went to school with him or something.
No
like
shit.
That. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
this blonde chick or something. She was like, that was her claim to fame. I know Al Farouk
Aminu,
Aminu, and I'm a
that's
kid
awesome.
like, oh, but what? Well,
Yeah,
what?
well,
Like,
what exactly?
who?
Yeah.
The
Literally
Hornets
my first
player?
famous follow. Yeah, exactly.
You
He was
know?
on the Hornets, right?
Like-
Exactly. And then I had another funny story. I randomly tweeted. I was like, I wonder what Marquise Daniels is up to these days.
Number 7, his neck injury. Oh, man.
The shot,
Yeah.
it's like he pushes out, right? I was like, I wonder what he's up to these days. He quote tweeted it with his mixtape. He was rapping after the NBA. I'm dead serious.
Rap or go to the league? What would you classify that as? Leave the league and rap.
Leave the league and rap. Right,
know?
exactly. That was it. Because I was like, I was so random. I think it's like the funniest interaction I ever had on Twitter. And I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, because he's one of those guys looking up his name on Twitter. He's like, yo, who's talking about me? Like, what's good? Or something like that.
Here's my mixtape.
Right, exactly. I was like, okay, that's got it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? The NBA alumni.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Literally. Celtics alumni. The next player, we got 3 more players. This is going to be the first one of those 3. Jason Terry, the Jet.
He was on the bench for what was the last game we played? Again from Utah. He was on the Jazz
He's on
coaching staff.
No shit.
Jason Terry. Swear
Really?
to God, it was him.
No shit, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. I was watching it at home, or
Oh, so like a Sam Cassell type shit where he's
Yeah.
like on. Oh no shit. So Gas Bastard Mass and Cash, Jason Terry, Celtics version.
Yep. I was that dunk on that. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I think
I'm
that's
gonna
his
say
only stain.
That's his mass and cast is
Yeah.
with him getting dunked on by
Yeah.
LeBron. That was what pushes him to that.
I
Like,
would put him at Bass only because I liked him as a player. I thought it was a dope pickup, but I hated how he got that tattoo with the Celtics on. I'm like, we're good, but like in that year, like bro,
Yeah,
we
we
gotta
weren't
get past the
that good.
LeBron heat.
Yeah.
Like that's tough.
Yep.
Like you know what I mean. Next we're gonna do, and we already talked about him. Jeff Green,
gas.
gas, hands down.
I wish
In
we
fact,
could. He would be retired as a Celtic, but he's not gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
mean-
doesn't bring it up. I hate it. It's
yeah,
like,
and I mean, that was his best years as an NBA player, I think.
oh yeah.
And he had one of the best buzzer beaters in NBA history against the Heat. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right from the
like,
inbound, right in the corner, literally has to touch it and shoot
We have
it.
a few of those on the Heat buzzer beaters. We're really good with the Heat
We
on
really
buzzer
are. We
beaters.
really- remember Avery Bradley's against the Cavs in the playoffs, where we thought we were gonna get swept, but he was
First
like,
agent number 0.
Yeah.
Oh,
"What a time, man!" That's
Yeah.
what I love reminiscing about this.
Avery
Celtics
Bradley, he was like the next Rondo before Rondo left.
stuff. Right?
Like he
exactly.
was supposed to be the.
He was
like,
lined as that
the bridge
that,
player,
right?
like-
That defensive-minded point guard that because he was. I mean, in a way, he was like Marcus Smart before Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
You know, he was our go-to defensive guard like that, and I'm gonna get it. He was locked down. You know, people like to forget, but he was locked down.
I got Marcus on here somewhere. I think, yeah. Yeah.
There we go. All right, shout out Marcus. We need to bring him back though. We need
I
to
used
save
the
him from
6
now.
on the other side for the 9 for friggin' Derek White. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Last
We need to
second.
save Smart from the shackles of Washington though. Get him a ring. That's what I've always believed in.
But whose time would he take?
We'll figure that out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We'll figure that out. Just get him back on the team.
Yeah.
And lastly, Brandon Bass.
Ooh, I'm gonna say Mass and Cass.
Really, the mid-range god.
Yep.
The mid-range
Because
god.
only
Come on.
because when he was with us, that's really all we were starting to have left. Like his main time that we got to see.
Because he started with us.
Yeah, and then I think did he start with us or he was at the
started-
Magic? He was with the Magic.
He
first.
was, yeah, and then
With
he
Dwight.
came, and then he came, and
and then he went to the Lakers.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Or-
But yeah, he started a few games for us. I remember that.
Yeah, he played
Clap from mid-range.
good games, but if I'm talking overall, I would say Mass only because we didn't get more out of him.
Okay.
But he was overall a great player.
Right.
But
We
you
just
know, you
changed
could
him
change that the same way with the other players. But
Not like that.
yeah,
That's good takes.
You know, if it's Tatum, I would say Gas. You know, if it's
No, of
Brown, I'd
course,
say
right.
Gas. But those guys, it was they were always great before they got here.
Right.
Like they were, or after even. They were. It's just we weren't there.
You
Same
know
thing
who
with the
else
Patriots.
Is one of my favorite Celtics of all time, Michael Petrus.
Oh,
Air
number
France.
28, right?
Yes.
And we got him right for the 2010
He
season.
was hooping.
He was
He basically
we
died
thought he
on
was going to be
court.
the next James Posey.
Right, and he basically died in the court. I was heartbroken. He never was the
Marquise
same again.
Daniels with his neck injury.
Yeah, and then Petrus had kind of the same one.
Yep.
Which was fucking nuts. I was so disgusted at that. All
He
right.
was a really good pick.
It was a great pickup. All right, but now I want your hands down favorite Celtic of all time and your least favorite Celtic of all time.
Number one Celtic of all time. This always fluctuates because like you find yourself sucked back into this debate.
Yeah.
So it always fluctuates. I don't know, man. I really liked Ray Allen personally. That's
Okay.
like he could be
Listen,
my.
the sins are forgiven with him, so it's like
that Rondo was another one that I liked because I grew like when I got into basketball, it was the 2008
Rondo's
Celtics.
my favorite point guard.
So like I was the short guy. I want to play like Rondo, but I also want to shoot the three like Ray Allen. So it's like, oh, you're playing the four like Garnett. Oh well, okay, you don't get to play the fun spots, but all time, yeah. I think Tatum is definitely like the number one Celtics player that I've been all about since like 2008, with like Rondo or Ray. I wasn't really huge on Pierce, but that's because like it was my play style. I was a quick, speedy, hyper kid.
Yeah.
Pierce was more mature.
I mean, that's why KG's my
like,
favorite. I was the big man on any team I played, so I try to play like him.
Least favorite of all time? I don't really have any of them.
Kyrie?
No. Only because I don't know the other aspects of why people hate Kyrie Irving. I guess there's more than one, but like, I don't know. He feels like who did we lose on? He feels like the Kiba Talib of the Celtics.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like he was our dog. He was gonna be there for us,
right?
And he bounced. Like Aqib Talib did when he went from the Patriots to the Broncos.
Right.
So it's like we didn't have them
comparison.
as long, but he didn't do shit for us.
Right.
Kyrie didn't. He was shooting 9 of 28 when we got rid of him. Or when we lost him.
No, in that playoff series, he said like he shot like 6 of 22. He's like, that'll never happen again.
And then he shot 9 of 28. And then
he left. That was
like
the nail in the coffin.
If we signed someone different that year or got someone different than Kyrie, maybe we won the title quicker with Tatum and Brown, but like Kyrie really messed things up in that like room.
Yeah,
he really like
vibes,
threw
Because like you can feel the vibes when you're watching Celtics teams. You're like, all right, the smart years and like, okay, these guys are dogs, and the Kyrie years, it's like the IT trade was shocking. Don't get me wrong. I was like, they're not really trading for like. I literally was like. I think my dad was like, are the Celtics trading for Kyrie? I was like, no, why would they do that?
Right, yeah. And
then I literally looked 5 minutes later at him, I was like...
2K was probably like, are you kidding me? We just printed 50 million copies.
Right, exactly. You had to change your jersey, that's
and
right.
And now you're changing the jersey on us, so everyone's going to have to wait.
I mean, of bad vibes of the team. Look at the start of the first game of the 2017 season. Come on. That was like the worst vibes team ever. Like, I legit hurt myself.
Hayward.
I feel bad. I can't hate him because of the circumstance, but I just feel bad that like he had such a great career and then what happened to him like that.
He was supposed to be good, but he
blew up his knee.
And then he fell in love with streaming.
Right, exactly. Well, he's out of the league now, so it's like, good for him. He was a great player on the Jazz, but just never found it after that injury.
I like their thought process on what they were trying to do with him and Brad Stevens, because that was his college coach.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
I liked that they were trying to make sense of something, and that time of like, oh, what are we gonna do as Celtics? Like we didn't know, we didn't know if we were gonna get rid of Tatum or Brown or like we didn't know. So that was a good move to make, but like.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, listen,
we got a ring, so all these conversations
it's like
falls lower, and I guess Al Horford's having a career game. I've seen this guy hit like three threes. It's 22-22.
Okay, that's what's up.
I keep looking over because like I'm seeing the ball getting chucked all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on now, dude? Like we started the game losing 9-0.
Oh shit. Okay, it's tied up. All right.
22-22.
I hate that. I hate when they play down to themselves. I fucking hate that.
No, it's the Thunder. It's the Thunder.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what I was thinking of when you just mentioned Brad Stevens? I think one of the best, like a top 3 move in Celtics history, is Danny Ainge, giving him the reins.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what a switch. Oh, like, just almost immediately
top
you felt
bottom.
it.
Top to bottom.
Like, I couldn't believe it because, like, I mean, he came in as a coach as, like, that knowledgeable basketball guy. Like, he was like, he's like almost like the Belichick of the NBA.
Yep.
And just as a coach, like, it never materialized for him, but like you put him as director of basketball operations, I'm still shocked at that. Like, that's why I said, like, we could talk about all the trades they did, but like, you got to mention Danny Ainge giving the reins to him because that,
I want to know more on how that went down.
I do too. I hope they should tell it in the Celtics series. I
hope they do. Like, because that was not expected. That was not. Nobody was talking. No, like, what was even going on as the Celtics organization?
Right. And the thing I love is we didn't go out and search for Danny Ainge replaced. We just
Danny Ainge made sure Brad Stevens was getting it.
Right. Which is like,
I was like,
what a guy.
That's a mix up,
You know what I mean? Like, absolutely.
And the Derek White trade.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that just showed off his genius.
Let me ask you this, and I know you could technically say, but the timing of it, like, what is more of an important trade now? 2010, when was it 2012, 13 when we traded KG, or was it 14?
It was 2013.
2013. Is that trade more valuable than a Derek White trade?
I mean, it got us Jalen and Jason.
But there is countless times Derek White has made the equal amount of intensity plays.
That is true.
The fourth quarter threes or the fourth quarter statistics Derek White has, I feel like are better than JT and Jalen's.
Correct. I just personally feel like it's
still value. It's still outweighs.
I honestly, if I have to put it on a scale, I'd say the KG Pierce trade and like right here is the Derek White trade.
Because you could say Derek White was the missing piece.
No, absolutely.
To both JT and Jalen,
it definitely is up there, and I think is the Porzingis trade up there?
No,
yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Just because it got rid of Smart, and it's like we have to make that sacrifice.
And it made us look bad, kind of, in like the Brogdon stuff.
Yeah, that was like a nightmare. Which was crazy.
Thank you, Malcolm Brogdon, for not being honest.
Right, exactly. Yeah. The most random sixth man of the year.
One Brogdon away from having Marcus Smart.
Right.
That's how far Marcus Smart is from a ring. He's one Brogdon away.
Right.
Because all Brogdon had to do was be healthy.
Equation, right.
That's all he had to do was be healthy, and Marcus would have never gotten traded.
The Celtics are one Brogdon away from an NBA ring.
Because Milwaukee and Portland wouldn't have took Marcus.
Oh no, God no.
At all.
No, we had to give him to like a Dallas type team or like the Grizzlies, like how Marcus Smart ended up, but God no. But all right, we're gonna end it with this. So my all-time Celtics starting five is Rondo, Tatum, Bird, KG, Bill. What's yours? The only reason I don't have Pierce in there for those listening is because Pierce and I got to give Pierce and KG a lot of credit. They give a lot of props to the new generation of players instead of shitting on them. Pierce already said Tatum is better than he was.
Yeah, by a mile. Tatum's way better. Yeah, by a mile. None of them are going to be better than Ray Allen. Like that dude and hit like the 3-pointers back when Allen was playing.
Yeah, no.
They were very important and like just boom,
that's
boom,
it.
Boom, boom, like over and over and over. Yeah. So at point guard, I'm probably gonna go Bob Cousy.
Okay.
Center, probably Bill Russell.
Okay.
At the 4, Tatum. At the 3,
gotta go Bird.
No, I kind of. I don't know. I think on the 2, I would go. Probably the 2 and 3 is hard. 2 and 3 is hard because it always like fluctuates. I love Pierce, but like he's not better than Tatum. But I put Tatum at the 4. Like I'm not. I like Jaylen Brown, but he's not.
No, he's not on the all-time.
No, he's like 6 man.
Yeah.
Not even. 2 and 3. I think I would have Bird at the 2, and then at the 3, I'd probably stick McHale in there.
Okay.
A big lineup.
Yeah, that's a tall lineup. You know what I mean? Right.
Good luck out-rebounding McHale and Russell.
Bill Russell, right. Exactly.
And like McHale could pass, too. And
that's 20 boards each right there, at least, if not more. And
then you have Kuzi weaving around all of those matchups at the same time.
I mean, and speaking of Bill, today is the 60-something anniversary. He dropped 27 points and 49 boards against the Thunder. Not the Thunder, obviously. They didn't exist back then. The Pistons.
Damn.
That's
a stat.
That's a stat. Put up some stats. That's, he was a stat stuffer like that. And he never with Chamberlain like that, and he dominated him. Yeah, it was.
He didn't always dominate.
But in the finals, he did.
Right.
At least against Chamberlain in the finals, he did. I mean, we're talking like we saw it live. You know what I mean?
We're just being filled in with all
like,
the
remember this would happen and shit.
But
but that's a good thing to go off because like when people put these '60s players in such high regards, like you can watch film. Mm-hmm. These guys ain't Bigfoot.
No.
You know what I mean? You can go and watch that and make a judgment off yourself, whether you agree with it or not. But it's like, that's why any sports league saves their tapes.
Yep.
So all these generations can go back.
And reuse the plays nonetheless.
Exactly.
That's what, they bring, like Belichick does. He brings plays from, 1940s and uses it. And
right.
It kills people with, yardage.
Exactly.
It's
like, 6-time Super Bowl champ for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. But, all right, Caveman, so we are now at the end of the episode, and what I like to do now is for you to give a shout-out to anybody you would like to right now, so please go and do so.
I want to shout out probably Georgia Messiah. Good luck on Saturday against Brian Scalabrine. We'll all be watching it, but shout out to GRD.
It's March 12th
fam,
right now, right? Shout out to the Messiah.
And
GRD, of course.
Mathematics. We've talked about a bunch of people on the pod, so we could run up another episode.
Just shouting out people, right? Yeah.
But this is the Say That podcast, and we're out.
Where can they find you on all?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok. That's really where I stick to right now is Instagram and TikTok. Right. I'll branch out someday, but you know.
Work with what you got right now. It's Caveman_Causeway?
Caveman_Causeway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this was a whole different episode than ones you used to on the show. But I needed it to happen because this dude is the fucking man, and he knows his stuff about the Celtics. If you're ever at a Celtics game, go up to him and be nice. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I was just in case. You know what I'm saying?
I put on the outfit.
You know what
I put on the outfit. I expect some shit. You know.
Right, exactly. But regardless. But I want to thank the Caveman on Causeway for coming up here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy this episode, please leave a like and comment if you're watching on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. I say this every single episode, but I still want you to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep saying it until the end of time. Just do it. And you know where to follow me on Instagram, REPETE617 is my main one, and say_that_pod is the pod's Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a dope episode, and Caveman, I want to thank you for coming in now. I know you could have probably been at the game tonight. But
no, I'm a cheapo. I don't pay high price in those playoffs.
Right, exactly. I'll fuck with that. All right, stick to your guns. You know what I'm saying? Stick to your roots right there. This man dropped a lot of wisdom, and this was a really fun interview. I'm glad we got to do another Celtics edition of this. But I'm gonna end it with this, and y'all know my motto. I don't know. You know what I'm gonna say. Don't say this. Say that. Thank you for the help, Caveman.
Gotcha,
We'll
bro.
see you in the next episode. Peace.